Back tonight here on In Focus. We turn to this now. The rising cost of living is seeing more South Africans run out of money before their next payday. Fintech startup Paycurve is now warning that 8 out of 10 South Africans supplement their income with unsecured debt, with payday loans on the rise. Another survey by DebtBusters Index reveals that over a third of people's take-home pay goes to servicing debt as they try to cover all their monthly expenses when their salaries have run out. Our business reporter, Ntokozo Khumalo, has the details.
The cost of living for South Africans continues to rise while salaries remain subdued. The Pietermaritzburg Economic Dignity Advocacy Group's latest Household Affordability Index shows that a basic food basket is more than 5,000 rand, outpacing the country's minimum wage of about 4,100 rand per month. This is pushing more South Africans to turn to unsecured debt, such as payday loans, to supplement their income. According to the DebtBusters Debt Index for the second quarter of the year, financially stressed consumers are spending more of their take-home pay to service debt. Just Money's Sarah Nicholson says that's the story for millions of South Africans as the economy continues its sluggish trend amid high interest rates and elevated inflation.
Since 2016, things such as electricity tariffs, they've increased by 2.35 times. The petrol price has doubled. Compound impact of inflation is at 46%. And of course, all three of these indicators really are putting a lot more additional pressure on South Africans.
Paycurve CEO Tamir Sachs says workers should consider other options that do not lead them down a debt spiral. Earned salary access is one such alternative.
Picture an employee that's on the 15th of the month. They are halfway through the month. They've effectively accrued half of their salary to that point, and they're owed that amount by their employer. But they can't go and access it. They can't go to payroll and say, listen, I need 500 rand, please, to tie me over to payday. Payroll will turn around and say, no, you've got to wait 10 days until payday, where you get paid your normal salary. And that forces a lot of employees into the market, predominantly these payday lenders, to go and source that liquidity.
Sachs says this option is also beneficial to the employer.
Right now, the financial pressure in the system is giving rise to a lot of absenteeism. Employees are not able to cover taxi fare to get to work. What are they doing? They're either staying absent or they're going and borrowing the money. When they borrow the money from a loan shark, these loan sharks will often squat or come to the work premises in order for them to get paid, which happens around payday, which creates further absenteeism. So absenteeism is a big impact that's coming as a result of financial pressure amongst their employees. Another one is staff attrition. Employees are willing to move for a mere 250 rand more in package.
However, one financial planner warns that this can also create a cycle of dependency whenever there is financial pressure, adding that it would be more fruitful for people to look for lasting solutions.
At the end of the month, you now are short of that amount of money. And chances are, if you needed it mid-month, you even need it more at the end of the month. So the next mid-month is going to come and you're going to need it again.
Tahane also suggests self-improvement solutions, such as taking courses to improve one's skills base and earning ability. That becomes more important the older one gets. According to the DebtBusters Index, the debt-to-income ratio tends to increase as one gets older and has more financial responsibilities, like taking children to school, paying bonds, and sometimes taking care of elderly parents and extended family. On the other hand, Nicholson says it's all about the basics of budgeting.
You've got to talk about the fact that you've got to look at your spending. Take that time to assess your spending. Yes, it can be painful, but you want to examine your bank accounts, your credit card payments and statements, establish where your money's gone, see where you've got any money leaks. Use some apps to help you tracking your spending as well.
Once spending on unnecessary items has been slashed, she encourages people to try to start building up their emergency funds, looking for items to sell that they may no longer need, and opportunities for additional income streams. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ntokozo Khumalo in Johannesburg.